Hardstock Diamond? Not anymore. After hundreds of games without progress, I climb to Master in just 13 games with only one comp, Dynamo Flags. This is game 12 of the climb, where we break down the key decisions of the game. Enjoy. The encounter is a Twisted Fate, granting 3 shop rolls each stage, so you always can assume you will just hit a little bit more. For the first shop, we are getting Bruiser line for frontline and a Vi, so we of course pick that up, as well as another Kindred, as our backline. We get dropped one more Kog'Maw and an Alistar, making our Bruiser frontline even better, so we sell the Vi and buy the Mundo. Although here you should have probably sold the Morgana instead of the Vi if you weren't angling for Dynamo Flags. And here we get another Silas in the shop, nothing else. For our last drop, we get an upgraded Alistar and more HP. So coming to our augments, there's Capacitor and Clockwork, can definitely just roll it because Thorn-plated armor is definitely way better. Here we get a golden Ox Spat. It's playable because we also already have an Alistar too, but for that we need to scout and we basically just see that his Graves already slammed the items, so it's also not playable. I have to roll and pick the Thorn-plated armor. It's the best in this spot. Because we also can't win streak that much due to us having bad items, but of course having this kind of a shop always helps, making it fairly easy because we have a full upgraded frontline with a Bramble Vast, so we are expecting to win streak here. But also had to sell the Morgana to be able to level up. Otherwise we couldn't have, even though we are angling of course to play Dynamo Flags again. But it's way more important to play for a win streak here, play a strong ball, and even if you're kind of forcing a comp, just seeing that it's bad to hold it in this case. So we of course get the first win and basically expect to win streak even more in our current spot. And that's exactly what we do for all of stage 2. No real problems here because we also found a Kog'Maw too, so our board is fully upgraded with a very beefy front line. We also win the first combat of stage 3 and are now looking for augments. We definitely need more items on our damage dealers or just economy to reach level 9. So these are all not that good. All the chimmers perhaps, but yeah, it's the best of the 3. Couldn't really play the others. You don't really need a Gambler's Blade. Mogul's Mail will be fine, but we already have 2 tank items, so it should probably be Gold Collector, because Gold Collector is also very good on Misfortune. When she ults, she can just wipe and execute the whole ball. And here we even get a Kayn too, so our ball is looking very good. Unfortunately, we don't have that much gold to go to level 7. But if there would be someone who's crazy strong, we could even push levels here to 7, but it would basically kind of destroy our economy. And we're strong enough not having to do that. We're super strong in this spot, expecting to win streak a little bit more, although this Graves could always pose a little bit of a problem when he wraps around the Mundo and focuses on the back line. But we position on the opposite side, so he's totally in a problem, netting us our 7th victory in a row fairly easily. Now even generating some gold from Gold Collector to make our economy even better. Despite our frontline being super good in this spot, we actually hit a Skarner 2-star, and having Kog'Maw in our backline grants us Boom Ball, making him even scarier, especially with the Gold Collector item. So in this spot we can switch our frontline here, picking up another tier from Carousel, and just slam the blue buff, and even just the Jewel Gauntlet on Kog'Maw. So we managed to go stage 3 also completely undefeated, and now having 10 wins in a row. Very good spot, very good upgrades, already on level 7 with 40 gold, looking good. Here we try to preserve our win streak and play for tempo, because we also assembled 15 free rolls due to the with the encounter and try to roll for LeBlanc on this spot. Hitting Kabuki, I think it's a fairly reasonable decision to roll here a little bit if we can preserve our win streak. Although we definitely need to roll more here. But I guess we think we are sort of fine. But the others also got way stronger, like he already hit a Zeri 2-star, still 30 gold even. So also looking fairly scary, although we are still fine. But our Kog'Maw is just kinda terrible with having only AP items at this stage. And that's why we also lose. Although I think first we have to wait for our Augment and see what we get. But I'm not sure, maybe we should greed a little bit more in our spot, even though we have some free rules. Should probably use them. Trying to hit a Misfortune, stabilize, and then go level 9. That should be the plan most likely. So for our augments, yeah, nothing really is looking too good. We already have a lot of AP items, so we don't need one overflow. Endless Hordes, I don't like it, and the Golem's always fine, but definitely not what we really want. So we should roll everything, in my opinion, and just keep the Golem at first, but we will roll that at first. We already have a blue buff, so it's not that much value, unfortunately. Bronze for life is also not valuable. And it's probably Woodland Charm, although definitely not the best option. These are all fairly mid. Yeah, all very mid options. But we get on a Aurora in the shop, and Misfortune even. So we can finally transition our backline and should put the items. Probably an Aurora here. And the Gold Collector Misfortune. Also slam the Void Staff on Aurora, but we are a little bit too slow for it. The blue elf also has more value on Elise because she just has less mana and casts more often than Aurora. But she's still 1-star, so it's kind of rough. Just needed to slam the Void stuff earlier. But at least we realized and didn't panic slam the T in the combat. We decided to tank the next 3 fights, which we lost, and even the 4th, and are just greeting here, not rolling. That's, in my opinion, a fine play, because we had so much HP. We also got more HP earlier, like everyone else in the lobby. So it's a fairly high peak, also with the extra rolls. And it's okay-ish if no one's really contesting you, and we just want to cap out as high as we possibly can, especially with the Woodland Charm. We need a good Zac too, otherwise it will be very difficult. So it is the perfect interval to level. We're level 9 now with 15 rolls. That's the Zac. I have to transition our whole board right away, which we do. And now I have to roll our 14. Hopefully it's some more upgrades. It's an Elise. We don't even have Elise 2 yet. No Misfortune 2. It's a Vexor Urgot. Could potentially even transition here, because our items aren't that bad for that comp either. Although we were way too slow, still have 7 rolls. Like, definitely need to improve on that one. Because we definitely could have hit everything and not lost this combat. And 47 HP, like basically on 4 lives. But with our current board, we don't have a chance. Not even Elise or Misfortune 2. Have to roll everything now and be fast enough. Otherwise, we'll be on 1 life after that round. Might have no real way to win this game. Because if you play that greedy, you just have to be that quick and that good. The Garen, yeah, it's okay for now. Have to roll though. Still kind of is low, 3 rolls left. It's another Aurora, just need 1 more now. Yeah, it's at least 2 finally. Renekton. Need to find a Poppy now. I need to sell our board here, our bench here. Need to sell Urgot, need to sell Zeri. To potentially hit a Zac, like we had almost 20 more gold to roll. Especially because we don't even have a Misfortune 2 yet. We weren't lucky enough to hit her, so our board strength is still fairly rough. Like, we're super close to be crazy strong, but having rolled too slowly last round, we're just bleeding too much here. It's not good enough. In the carousel, we picked up the Augment. It should definitely be an anti-heal here. We should have gone for third Aurora items. Had to have been rare buff. Also a very bad decision to go for Divine Emblem here. And Garen Princess Samar can... We actually put it on Garen because he's already in 2-star. Our bow would be sort of fine at this spot if we had more Garen items. But at least we hit the Zek 2. Should probably consider swapping the Misfortune items to Garen actually. Unless we hit Misfortune 2. But we're just too slow for it. Like, sell the Bran, sell the Gragas. Need to roll more, need to hit more. I like 6 more rolls to actually hit something. But with the Zek 2-star, we are fairly strong, even though we still have Aurora and Misfortune 1 only. Managed to win. We managed to win. So, let's see if we can hit. Desperately need the Misfortune here. Misfortune 2-star. Otherwise it's looking super grim. Even though our Zek's doing quite some work. And here we had Kobuko and Aurora. And are almost stabilized. We actually even greed here, which is... Yeah, I don't know about that one. Although starting something is also fairly tough in this spot. And we just believe we have one more life, even if we lose. So I think it's reasonable with 19 HP. And it seems like we even win the combat against the Brom 3, at least 2 player. Because Zek is just that good and we also have Garen 2-star. And as you can see, damage numbers, 5.2k for Garen and only like 3k, 3.6 I think it was for Misfortune. Definitely have to switch items here. It's such a bad play not to do that. Not switching the items on Garen in this spot. That's why it is so important to check your damage numbers more often. That way you just learn it, and of course also recap your games or review them so you've got a more reasonable approach to it. Because Garen is just such a good unit, especially with Dynamo on 2-star. For the item we just got, we've got 3 options: Deathblade, Hand of Justice, or the Sunfire Cape on Nuno. Hand of Justice is, I think, very reasonable to put it on Garen. Definitely not on Aurora. Like, we don't know who's the true carry on our comp right now. Of course it's Zac. And it's Garen. We would know, we check the damage numbers and there we can see Garen is on 6.2k damage. Second most damage. Like, he's crazy value despite not even having 3 items. And since we don't have a Poppy where we play, we have to pick the Divine Court more, and it should go on Misfortune. And here we finally switched the items. I think putting Bramble on one of the 2 is reasonable. I think Kabuko also works. And the Divine Corp more on Misfortune. Getting into this combat, luckily we are still on 2 lives, because he apparently has a Vex 3-star and is now guaranteed first basically. Pretty much unbeatable. Unless somehow Zack can carry 3, but yeah, the rest of his board is also very strong with the Grave 3. Although it was fairly close, we managed to survive with 4 HP and are now playing for second at best. So apparently the guy with 12 HP just surrendered. So this is most likely the last fight of the combat. With the Vex 3, shouldn't have enough Zac blobs to realistically win this. Overall, the game has been quite okayish, I'd say, although I needed to realize that Garen is way stronger than our Misfortune one and swap the items. I think it cost me some HP, should have transitioned way earlier and scouted more to maybe prevent the Vex 3, but we still got second and are now on 64 LP. Only one more game to go. See you in game 13.